folks, buckle up because Chapter 9 of this book is like a masterclass in turning conflict into a group hug. Metaphorically, of course. We're diving into the more on the win-win technique, and let me tell you, it's not just about shaking hands and calling it a day. This chapter is a roadmap for building trust, gaining commitment, and handling opposition without anyone throwing punches. It's practical, it's human, and it's got stories that'll make you nod and chuckle. Let's break it down as if we're chatting over coffee, shall we? Trust is the secret sauce. Imagine you're planning a family vacation and everyone's shouting their dream destination, mountains, beach, or just the backyard. Sounds like a recipe for chaos, right? Well, this chapter says nope. You can make everyone happy if you start with trust. It's like the glue that holds a negotiation together, and the author's got a knack for showing us how to build it, step by step, with real-life examples that feel like they could happen to any of us. The Win-Win Playbook. The chapter zooms in on 3 big moves for nailing a collaborative win-win: building trust, gaining commitment, and managing opposition. It's like a playbook for getting people on the same page without anyone feeling shortchanged. The foundation of everything. The author kicks off with a bold stance. People aren't inherently selfish jerks. Instead, if you trust others, they're likely to rise to the occasion. He splits trust building into 2 phases: the process stage, think prep work, and the formal event, the actual sit-down. The process stage is where the magic starts. It's all about laying groundwork long before the big meeting. Like planning a wedding, you don't just show up on the day. You spend months setting the vibe. The author uses a great analogy here. If you bake a cake, the prep determines if it's a masterpiece or a flop. Same with negotiations. Use the lead time to shape attitudes and build confidence. Then, at the formal event, you keep the trust flowing. The author suggests starting with a no-brainer agreement, like, hey, we all want a fair solution, right? It's like getting everyone to nod before diving into the nitty-gritty. The theme here is clear. Trust isn't a one and done. It's a vibe you nurture over time. Gaining commitment, rallying the team. Nobody's an island, not even your stubborn boss. The author points out that everyone's got a squad, friends, family, colleagues who influence their decisions. Want to sway someone? Get their crew on board. He shares a hilarious story about his wife buying a house while he was away, only to find out the kids, neighbors, and even the dog were already sold on it. By the time he got home, he was just signing off on a done deal. It's a funny reminder that commitment comes from the group, not just the head honcho. The theme? See people as part of a web and work the web to win. Managing opposition. Not all fights are bad. Opposition isn't the enemy. It's like gravity helping a kid learn to walk. The author splits opponents into 2 types: idea opponents who disagree on specifics, and visceral opponents who take it personally. Idea opponents are your potential buddies. You can brainstorm together for a solution that's better than either of you imagined. Visceral opponents? Yikes, avoid those like the plague. They're made when you bruise someone's ego in public, and they hold grudges forever. The author's got stories here, like an employee who embarrassed her boss and paid for it with a chilly work vibe. The takeaway? Keep disagreements about ideas, not people, and always respect the other person's dignity. Emotions and conflicts. It's also human. This chapter feels like a warm conversation because it's packed with emotions we all get. Frustration, hope, pride, and that sweet relief when things click. The family vacation story, where Gary and Janet are stressed about picking a spot, hits home. Their tension is palpable, but when they collaborate, you feel their joy as they land on Vail, Colorado, where everyone gets what they want. It's like watching a rom-com resolve its drama with a perfect ending. Conflicts pop up everywhere, between spouses, parents, and kids, even a guy and a store clerk. The author's own tale of buying a VCR under time pressure is a riot. You can feel his annoyance at being dragged into it, then his sly satisfaction as he builds trust with the shop owner and scores a deal. These stories show conflict isn't just a problem, it's a chance to connect if you play it right. People grow through trust. The characters in these stories, whether it's Gary's family or the author himself, don't just solve problems, they grow. Gary and Janet go from bickering to brainstorming as a team, showing how trust can turn a family into problem solvers. The author, too, evolves in his VCR adventure. He starts grumpy but ends up charming the shop owner, John, into a lifelong friend. It's like watching someone level up in negotiation skills, learning that sincerity and empathy are superpowers. The big arc here is that trust doesn't just win deals, it builds better relationships. Takeaways, practical wisdom you'll actually use. So what's the juice worth squeezing from this chapter? First, trust is your MVP. Start believing in people's good side and they'll often prove you right. Second, don't go it alone. Get the group's buy-in to make things stick. Third, keep opposition friendly. Disagree on ideas, not egos. And here's the kicker. Win-win isn't about splitting the difference. It's about digging deeper to find solutions where everyone walks away happy, not half-satisfied. My take? This chapter's like a pep talk from a wise friend. It's not preachy. It's real. The author's stories make you laugh and think, hey, I could do that. Sure, building trust takes effort, especially in a world where we're all a bit guarded. But when you see how it transforms a stressed-out family or a rushed shopping trip into something meaningful, you realize it's worth it. Why it matters, a personal nod. I gotta say, reading this made me think of my own family debates, like picking where to eat on a road trip. We've had our share of pizza versus burger standoffs, and this chapter's got me itching to try the win-win approach next time. Instead of compromising on fast food nobody loves, maybe we'll find a diner that's got it all. It's a reminder that life's little negotiations don't have to be battles. They can be chances to understand each other better. So what do you think, friends? Ever had a moment where trust turned a fight into a win? Or maybe you're picturing your next big negotiation? Let's keep this convo going. Chapter 9's got me pumped to make every deal a win-win.